Hello, and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where you know that your boys always got something to say about the Blue Jays. I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog.
And I am your host, Adam Peddle. And today, we were just kind of talking the other night.
We're just kind of chatting.
We're just chatting, and we were like, man, baseball is not attracting any younger fans. They're not that innovative with their social media presence. NFL is incredible. Like, they make all these great players become these great influencers online, and even Trevor Bauer a little bit, but that's the only one I can think of. And that is why baseball is kind of slipping out of the most popular category of sports, because it's just simply falling behind the rest of the leagues.
I'm gonna simplify that even more and just say that baseball is losing its fun factor.
Yeah, it's losing its fun attribute.
Losing its fun attribute.
Not to say it's not fun to the diehard fans. I have a lot of fun.
We obviously love it.
But if you want to get the young people in the game, you got to change to the new age. And we're going to talk about some ideas that we have to kind of make baseball fun again.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment down below, turn on post notifications, follow us on our platforms, all in the description down below. And if you have noticed, we're wearing some shirts today.
Yeah, man. It's pretty cool. We got the Blue Jays Today logo on it. We got hit this guy?
Yeah, look at that. If you've noticed the guy in the title sequence, he's on our backs. You can get this shirt on our Epsi website. I'll link it down in the description below if you want to check out. We also have other merch there too, so check it all out. I'm sure we're going to be getting those coming in throughout the season.
But it's time to make baseball fun again. You know, it's like we got to make it great.
How'd that turn out for that guy?
Yeah, well, I mean, he was president for 4 years, so I think it was pretty good, actually. You know, like realistically, like he did what he wanted to do. Not a Trump supporter, guys.
No.
Definitely not a Trump supporter here. But what I am is a big baseball supporter, and these guys are falling behind. And what sparked the initial conversation of this was we got a notification from MLB, and it was basically saying that they are going to take some of the juice, basically, out of the balls. They're going to make it harder to hit for power.
They're deadening them.
Yeah, they are deadening the baseballs, aka meaning that there will be less home runs. There will just be overall less production in general.
That's just silly, because like I've said always, like, what is the most entertaining part of sports? It's offense. Everyone wants offense. When you have one of the biggest home run seasons in a long time, after the whole juicing area, not juicing the balls, juicing your arms, you know, it got exciting again. We're seeing more home runs. We're seeing more power. And then all of a sudden, we're like, oh, you know what? Let's take the exciting part out of the game and make it harder for people to hit home runs. And I say no. Because why? Everyone wants to see more home runs. Everyone wants to see more offense.
I mean,
why are we doing this?
It's stupid. Yeah, no, it is stupid. And I think that it's just they're very much stuck in their ways, where it's like this is how baseball is. Like, it's like you're almost doing too good right now. Like, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, let's balance it.
I don't understand. You know, it's like you still saw pitchers be dominant last year. You still saw the elites be elite, and you saw the non-elites be non-elite as far as pitching goes, right? It's cool seeing guys who are hitting an RBI per game like Jose Abreu and Luke Voit hit 22 home runs in 60 games. Like, what could have happened over the course of a full season? I don't know, you know, and we never will. But I mean, I just simply don't understand why you would take literally the most exciting part of baseball and try to limit that, you know?
And on that note, it's, you know, the whole topic of like universal DH, MLBPA, you know, they agreed on safety protocols for the upcoming season. MLBPA said, you know what, like, we really like your universal DH thing. We're going to want to include that in our deal. Then MLB, who also wants universal DH, said, no, that has nothing to do with health and safety. But the thing is, they both want universal DHs because why? Because it makes the game more entertaining as well. Why do we kill rallies in innings when a pitcher comes up? Like, what's the point of that? That's not exciting. Let's add another bat to make it way more exciting. More offense. Everyone wants it. And the only only people who don't want it are traditionalists that want to go back to the old ways. That's how baseball should have been. But guys, this is the future. People they want DHs everywhere. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, and it's like the way that, hockey used to be played was without helmets, and
right?
And we had to change that because
that's
we
the old ways. A puck in the face is strong.
That's fucking stupid, But I think that you touched on a great thing there, man, which is the fact that like these guys, they're not on the same team, and we touched on this in our last or a couple videos ago. We were talking about this and saying that it's an internal problem. Baseball is falling behind right now because the people at the top, all of them, I think that Rob Manfred is not great, but I think there's a lot of people in there that they're not working for the benefit and the good of baseball as a whole. They are working for their pockets, and they're just so there's so much bad blood there between the players and the owners. You can't get anything done. It's like a war has been brewing for hundreds and hundreds of years, and we see I remember studying this stuff in history class. It's like this is like it's like these guys and these guys, they share a border and they hate each other and they're fighting all the time. We have to compromise and come together.
It's like politics, literally. It's like politics where you fight in a house for months about one thing, but you can't get anything done because you cannot come to an agreement. And that's where the whole problem stems. You want to make baseball more fun, right? You have to start from the top, right? You got to start from the top to start implementing these. Because, I do see baseball, like, for example, Toronto Blue Jays, their social media page, they try to make it fun. They have little games here and they have little fun stuff here, and that's fun. But I want to go with the broadcasting, which MLB owns the rights to, first of all. And I want to start there. That's where I want to see more fun implemented, whether it be with games, whether it be with new talk shows, new hosts, more energy, make it more exciting. Look at Good Morning Football.
Yeah,
love that show.
It's so good. It's so good, man. And they consistently bring players on and do silly things with players and stuff. It's like, I remember they brought on Jamal Williams, a running back for the Packers, and like they weren't talking about him and his game. They were talking about him and his dancing prior to the football games. They were bringing that up. They were saying like, "What's your favorite move?" They were doing it on the show. It's like I never see anything like that in baseball, and it's not just that show either. Football has so many different avenues like that, and it's like they encourage a social media presence in their players, and we see that across the board. Aaron Rodgers is a 37-year-old man, someone that you would not expect to be having a social media presence, and he was on the Pat McAfee show, and upcoming, kind of like ourselves, podcasting fun.
We're a Pat McAfee show.
For baseball. Who knows?
Who knows? Not a big market out there, so.
No, seriously. But that's the problem. There literally is no Pat McAfee show for baseball.
No, there is not.
There is no Good Morning Football. There's no Good Morning Baseball. It's like they don't have anything like that. And I don't understand why. It doesn't make any sense.
There's no reason why there shouldn't. Baseball was one of the biggest sports ever in North American history in like the 90s, and you started seeing it falling out, and like obviously NFL and basketball is all taking over. Because why? Because they're exciting and they're innovative. And like I agree with the social media stuff. Like, why don't we try and highlight these players more? That's why you watch the game. Whenever I try to tell someone like who doesn't watch sports, like, to get into a sport, I say you got to start by like finding your favorite player, find your favorite team, fall in love with those guys, and that's how you get anyone hooked. So what's the best way to do that? Put them on social media where everyone is. Let's get them on there. Let's get them on people's feed. Let's get them doing things. Make them human rather than just numbers and stats.
You know what? One of the coolest things that they did was, and I really, really liked this, was that that promotion, that kind of marketing thing where they had the players, representative from each team, play each other in MLB The Show. That was great. That was great. It's more stuff like that. Like, and that's such an easy thing to do. Like that barely costs any money. It's like can be very easily done. And it just brings another element to the whole game, like watching Bo Bichette play as the Blue Jays against Lucas Giolito from the White Sox. Like, that's really cool, And I want to see more more things like that. I just want to see more life in this sport.
The only reason why it was happening is because there was no baseball at the time. I think it was around like April, May-ish time, right, in 2020. And that's the only reason why it was happening, because COVID, right? You look at the NFL, and you brought this up to me earlier, when they don't have a Pro Bowl game. What they did is they got Marshawn Lynch and Snoop Dogg to come on and play Madden 21.
And a bunch of other guys, man. Yeah. And it's like they made it an event. You know, they used the resources that they had, and they were innovative, and they were like, okay, so we don't want to risk everyone getting COVID and ruining the Super Bowl. What else can we do? Let's bring in these guys who, you know, everybody loves, like put them on Madden and just battle it out, bro. Yeah. And like that's super cool. Like that so easily could have been done for baseball. Yeah. You know, like they have MLB The Show. Yeah. They voted. Oh no, we didn't. We didn't even vote for
No,
All-Stars.
it was the end. I think the MLB made just like an all-pro team. I think they just decided themselves what the all-pro team would be.
I don't understand. You know, it's like there's.
I could be wrong. I think there was some voting. I'm not sure, honestly.
Yeah, I think that there's just way more that can be done, man. Yeah. And I wasn't a huge fan of this either. I just want to bring up the NFL doing their whole Nickelodeon.
That's fun.
Shindig.
That was fun.
I mean,
I'm not gonna watch it, but that's great for kids.
But it's like I watched a little bit of like the highlights or whatever, and the idea of having like graphics incorporated. Yes. You know, it's like every time someone gets a hit and it's like an explosion or like coming off the bat. I don't know, man. There's potential there.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like one thing I was gonna bring up, because you mentioned MLB The Show, like adding more visual elements to the game. Because again, we're talking about everything around the game. Let's talk about the actual game for a second, like actually watching it, because everyone knows it's not the most entertaining to those casual viewers. Where, how can we make it more entertaining? Well, in MLB The Show, everyone knows how you have a strike zone and you have like a heat map, right? You have the 9 different sections of where a batter is, you know, makes the most contact, where their OPS is the highest. Now, that's exciting. If I'm a casual viewer and I don't know anything, I don't know this player's tendency, I don't know what they're good at, I don't know anything. If you show me, well, if the ball goes here, the player will do well. Now watch as the pitcher misses. Now I'm getting the little details of the sport that a casual viewer, that's the part that I fall in love with baseball.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Right? That's the game within the game. And that is the best way to highlight the game within the game. I know they've been making more and more graphic visual elements, like spray charts, like where hitters tend to hit the ball in the field. That's great. I love that. But let's add, that's my idea that I want. That's another little visual element that will bring the viewing experience to the next level.
I think so too, man, because, you know, getting into baseball, it's tough, you know, and it's like when I started watching, you know, I didn't really understand a whole lot of the pitcher's strategy. You know, I do now, but it took a long time to get adjusted to that, and just making that ever so much easier and just like accessible. You know, so you don't need to be like, all right, like what is going on right now? Like I don't understand. And for me too, it's like a regular viewer of baseball. Like I want to see that. I don't know everyone's heat maps off the top of my head. You know,
and it's not even that hard to incorporate. You go on Baseball Savant; they're all there, guys.
They're all there.
You can even make customizable. His heat map versus this pitcher. His heat map versus this team. His heat map in the last 30 games. It's just that extra little detail that will bring MLB to that next level of more fun.
I completely agree, man, and I think that that whole graphics element needs to be incorporated more.
Yes,
you know, and it seems almost like they're. I also notice sometimes in the broadcasts they take away the strike zone. They take away all of that. They take away like the miles per hour when a pitcher does like throws and whatnot. I feel like a lot of that comes down to like some of the older viewers, and they're trying to appeal to like what it used to be like in the 90s or the 80s when they didn't have any of these graphics and you just watch them do that. And I do like part of that, but I want to see more. Yeah, just more graphics and more everything.
Graphics. I love, honestly, like obviously the new innovation is the strike zone itself. The last like 5-6 years, and that's awesome. Like showing miles per hour, that's amazing. So yeah, guys. What do you guys think about these ideas that we have and some of the points that we brought up about how to make baseball fun? Like, obviously, all you watching are big baseball fans, so you already find it enjoyable. But think about how much further that we can go with it, right? Let's expand beyond our borders of our own little community, and let's bring more baseball fans in the sport because we love it and we want everyone to enjoy it.
Totally agree. Couldn't agree more. Guys, you can check us out on Spotify, Breaker, Anchor, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like, comment down below any of your ideas that you have about any possible things to attract new viewers or something that you want to see going forward as a fan of yourself. So I want to hear your ideas.
Yeah. And guys, remember, check out our Etsy store. Check out our Etsy store and become a Patreon today. Just help us grow. You guys are amazing. Thank you all for the love and comments. And thank you so much for watching.
And go Jays, go.